Good morning, everybody. Jeremy Brunansky here with Brunansky's Vlog. It's Monday morning. It's 10 a.m. PST. We are here to talk some movies. So let's go ahead and get this week's episode started. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. Every Monday at 10 a.m. PST, we talk movie news, movie reviews, and a little bit more. If this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit that bell so you get the notifications when new content drops. Also, if at any point during the show you find yourself smiling or agreeing or laughing, or you even want to jump into a hot debate in the comment section, go ahead and do that. And then also go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So the thumbs up helps other people who like movie related shows find this movie related show right here on YouTube. So make sure you give me that thumbs up as well. Before we jump into this week's episode, because we got a lot to talk about, even though it was a holiday weekend, we want to just cover a couple quick things right here on the intro. So we only have 3 live episodes left after today's episode, and then we will be done with live episodes for the rest of the year. So make sure that you are joining us every Monday right here at 10 a.m. PST for the next couple weeks, because after that we'll be done for 2018 and we'll be enjoying the Christmas and New Year's time. So 3 more episodes after today. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you get the notifications. And then also, if you're new, as we go through the show, we're going to talk some news stories, etc. All of those articles that we'll be referencing are down below. So hit the little arrow, expand the description box. All of the links are down there. You can follow along there as we go through the news stories. Plus, today is Cyber Monday, right? So we had Black Friday. Hopefully everybody survived and they didn't get trampled for a television or, you know, your kid's favorite toy or whatever the case may be for Black Friday. Hopefully you guys survived. You did not get maimed at Walmart's, Targets, or any of the malls. Hopefully it was a positive experience for you. And now you're here on the internet Monday morning, Cyber Monday, all the deals online with Amazon, etc. So down below in the description box as well, I have thrown a few links for Amazon for the aspiring YouTuber or Twitch streamer or Facebook Live or Instagram TV. Whatever type of online video content you want to create, go ahead and check the links down below, because I threw some just entry-level gear to get you started, to get your content up online that you may want to check out. Also, if you have friends or family this holiday season that have been talking about wanting to share their thoughts and opinions on the interwebs, check out those links as well, because maybe that would be a good Christmas present for them, or whatever holiday they sell during December, because there's a bunch. But go ahead and check those links out. We are going to move through this week. I got out to the theater this weekend to see only one film because of all the holiday weekend. So we're going to take a look at that film. Plus, we're going to take a look at weekend box office, some news stories, what's hitting theaters this week, what's arriving on DVD and Blu-ray this week, and my personal favorite segment, Certified Rad. So before we jump into that, though, we have been doing movie trailer reviews on this channel. How many movie trailer reviews have we done so far? Well, we have done 42 movie trailer reviews are up in the movie trailer review playlist. So I want to go ahead and just show you kind of what we do for movie trailers on this channel, since maybe you haven't checked out that playlist yet. So last week I did 6 trailer reviews. Out of those 6, this was my absolute favorite trailer last week. It is a very dry, very dark comedy called Dead in a Week or Your Money Back. So we're going to take a look at that trailer review right now. This is what's available on the trailer review playlist. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and check those out, because those are all pretty new, because we do them every week here on the channel. So let's go ahead and roll to that trailer review, and then we'll be right back to talk movie news. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy Brunansky with Brunansky's Vlog, and I just finished watching the brand new trailer for Dead in a Week or Your Money Back, directed by Tom Edmonds. The trailer does a pretty good job of letting us know what the story is going to be about. A young writer has tried to kill himself multiple times, 9 times to be exact, and after 9 failed attempts, he decides he needs professional help. So he hires a professional assassin to do the job that he seems to be unable to complete, and signs a contract, everything else. The humor in this film looks like it is going to be so dry, I cannot wait. I love this trailer. I was laughing out loud at some of the dialogue and how just cool and nonchalant everybody is about all of the craziness that's going on in this trailer, that's going to happen in this movie. This was a lot of fun. Very surprising just seeing all of these different people come together to make this film happen as far as the cast is concerned. Lots of talent in here. I cannot wait for this. Just great stuff. I was laughing out loud throughout this whole thing. Go ahead and check this out. Dead in a Week or Your Money Back.
I've made you some sandwiches and a flask of tea, and I thought this might come in handy.
And I just realized my mic was off that entire time. So how about that, right? We got 3 weeks left after this one. Who knows what's going on? It's after a holiday weekend. My goodness. All right. So sorry about that. We're going to go ahead. We'll just cover really quick. Like I said, what you just watched was the movie trailer review. That's in the movie trailer review section. Make sure you're following along there because we drop a couple every week on this channel. And now we're going to take a look at the weekend box office. And the weekend box office, I got out to see one film. That was Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Let's see what you guys were watching. Coming in at number 5, we have Bohemian Rhapsody at $13,855,000. Number 4, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald at $29,650,000. Number 3, Dr. Seuss's The Grinch at $30,210,000. Creed 2 at $35,293,000. And Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2 takes the top spot at $55,672,000. So out of these top 5, not really too surprised. A little bit surprised that Bohemian Rhapsody is still hanging in there in the top 5 because Instant Family's been doing pretty good. Robin Hood just came out. Widows has been getting good buzz online, and Green Book expanded to over 1,000 theaters. So I thought maybe with that expansion and it going wider, we would have saw it climb higher up into the top 5, maybe the top 5 spot, but it doesn't look like that's the case. But out of these 5, I'm not overly surprised at the rankings. Ralph Breaks the Internet, big family movie, right? Everybody's off of work typically for the holiday weekend, so families get out, they see movies. Creed 2, a little bit more adults, so it's going to draw in less of an audience than what we would expect from a Disney animation or a Pixar animation film, right? So not surprised to see it take number 2 instead of Ralph Breaks the Internet, taking the number 1 spot. So pretty on par there from what I would expect. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, in its 3rd week in number 3 spot, not surprising there either. I really enjoyed The Grinch. For my full review, check out the movie review playlist. That movie was just a lot of fun. It has a fresh take on a character that we're all familiar with, and I thought they did a really good job with it. And like you'll hear in my review, all of the people in the theater, my nieces and nephews, everybody, they all were laughing and having a good time. So they knew what audience they wanted to market to. They marketed to them well, and they delivered a product to that demographic that they were shooting for. And I think they did a good job. And judging by the box office numbers here, pulling in over $180 million on a $75 million budget, I'd say they're doing really well, right? They doubled their budget. So great job there. Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I enjoyed that. It wasn't a perfect movie by any means whatsoever, but I saw it twice in theaters because that's how much I enjoyed it. Check out my review for that on the movie review playlist. Instant Family. Let's take a look at this real quick because this is in its 2nd week. It comes in at number 6. And it only dropped 13% from week 1 to week 2, which is huge, right? So when you look at something like percent, now we're having issues and we might not see those films really make their money back, right, in the first couple weeks, which is what the studios aim to do. So with Instant Family, it had a budget of around $48 million. Right now, it's up to about $35 million total gross. So it could easily still hit the budget, right? And if it can double that, then it'll start making some money, which would be good. But Instant Family only dropping 13% from week 1 to week 2. We got to attribute that to the holiday weekend, right? Again, like I said with Wreck-It Ralph 2, holiday weekend, families are getting out, they're checking these movies out. All of the trailers for Instant Family looked good. It looks fun. It looks heartfelt. It looks charming. It looks like it's going to have some real emotion there with foster parents, right? So not really surprised to see it doing as well as it is, but I am surprised to see only a 13% drop from week 1 to week 2. And as far as the theaters go, it didn't really have an adjustment. It didn't plus or minus in any theaters. So the number of theaters that were there last week were still there this week, and it only dropped 13%, which shows staying power, which is really good for this film. So if you haven't seen it yet, maybe consider checking it out because 13% drop from week 1 to week 2 is pretty impressive. And then to see that it didn't plus or minus any theaters, also impressive. So everybody that got out to see it maybe went back to see it again, or they definitely told their friends and family, you guys got to check this movie out because the people got out for this holiday weekend to check this film out for sure. Robin Hood coming in at number 7, surprising there because it is opening weekend. But again, the trailers, if you saw it last week's show, trailers really didn't impress me at all. So I'm not surprised to see that it's not doing as well as they probably would have expected, but I am surprised that it is so low in the top 10. Like I said at the beginning, I thought maybe 5. But falling in at number 7 is pretty bad, but hey, it's still in the top 10. Widows only dropped 35%, no theater change at all. So great job for Widows. 35% is pretty good, right? That's like we just said, 35 to 50%. That's kind of what you expect from week 1 to week 2 with no plus or minus on theater count. So the people that got out to see it looks like most of them went back and said, hey, this is pretty good. Go check it out. And a lot of people listened to him because it only dropped 35% from week 1 to week 2. Green Book plus over 1,000 theaters came in at number 9, right above A Star Is Born. Looking forward to seeing a Green Book. I've really liked the trailers on this film, and I like the cast in it as well. So seeing that it did make the top 10, still here in its second week with a plus of 1,000, with over 1,000 theaters addition, is pretty nice. So hopefully I can get out to check that out because it does look really good. If you saw Green Book, go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section below and let us know. Was it as good as the trailers hinted at, or was it even better than that? Who knows, right? Maybe you do if you saw it. Let us know in the comment section. So real quick, let's just round out the top 10. Coming in at number 10, Star Is Born. Number 9, Green Book. 8, Widows. 7, Robin Hood. 6, Instant Family. 5, Bohemian Rhapsody. 4, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Number 3, Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Number 2, Creed 2. And number 1, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Quick tea break there. All right, so there's your top 10. What did you see this weekend? Did you see any of the films in the top 10? Let us know in the comments section below. We're going to move into the first official news story that kind of segues right nicely from weekend box office to worldwide box office, and that is Venom. Venom is making a megaton of money. I don't get it. It has now passed $800 million, outgrossing Wonder Woman. How does that happen? Wonder Woman is not even arguably, just incredibly a better movie. Just, I mean, Wonder Woman, the characters, the story, the design of the film, the cinematography, everything about Wonder Woman is leaps and bounds better, in my opinion, than the Venom movie. And to see that Venom is now past $800 million worldwide, beating Wonder Woman, the mind reels. The mind reels. I do not understand this. This is seriously, we've talked about it before a little bit last week. We've talked about it previously when it was still in the top 5. Just everything about this film, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of issues I have in this story. You can check out my full review for more information on my issues with it. There were some things in it I did enjoy, right? I didn't walk out of there just thinking this was just a hot garbage trash heap. It wasn't a train wreck or anything like that, but I did have some big issues with the story overall in the film. But there were some things in it that I enjoyed, and I talk about it. But to see that it's made $800 million worldwide, this is coming to us from Screen Rant, by the way. I just don't get it. Clearly, we're going to be getting a sequel for this film, right? You had that post-credit scene where they're hinting at Carnage. So maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they go a different direction. Who knows what Sony's going to do? They've recently announced they got 2 films slated for 2020, but they didn't say what they were. But we know that Morbius, the Living Vampire, is on the table, right, for Sony. So there's a possibility that that's going to be one of those films in 2020. Maybe the Venom sequel is part of that. Maybe it's some other completely different character, right? They talked about Sinister Six. They talked about Black Cat films. So there's a lot going on with Sony as far as the Spider-Man universe is concerned, with all the supporting characters and like the ancillary characters kind of surrounding the Spider-Man lore. So who knows what Sony's going to do, because I mean, it's hard to argue with $800 million. I just don't understand it. But hey, great job for everybody working at Sony on Venom. $800 million. It's hard to argue with that amount of money, even though I just did not like the movie, and I don't understand how it's making this much money and how people got out in mass multiple times to see this film. Again, the mind reels, but hey, great job to everybody who is a fan and support of this film. You guys did big things for the box office with this film. $800 million beating Wonder Woman. Whew. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. All right, next story is coming to us from Empire. Did you see Venom? Did you like it? Let me know what you liked about it. I'm honestly curious in the comments section. This is coming to us from Empire. Hellboy Reboot is more violent and bloody, says director Neil Marshall. And we also got an image in this article as well of the new Hellboy with David Harbour in full Hellboy regalia. So why not, right? The first 2 Hellboys I enjoyed. I was not familiar with the Hellboy comic books or anything like that before I saw the first Hellboy. And when I saw the first Hellboy, I was like, I really like this, right? Monster movie, Guillermo del Toro steps in, and we have all of these crazy, weird, like World War II, but then it's also like stuff with like, you know, the spiritual realm and demons and stuff like that. And then just general monsters, his whole squad. It just, everything about Hellboy and Hellboy 2, I enjoyed, right? And obviously you had Guillermo del Toro in there to direct, and it's a pretty good deal. because that kind of fits the crazy, bizarre, awesome worlds that he likes to create in his films. It just all kind of fit really well. So I became a fan of Hellboy after watching the movies, even though I wasn't really familiar with the comics at all. So to hear that we've getting a more violent, a more kind of gritty adult version of Hellboy, sure, why not, right? The last two we got were fairly family friendly in a way, right? They kind of fit the era that those films were made in, with like the Blades and the Underworlds and those types of movies, right? So it kind of fit what was going on. Right now, we've entered into a world where kind of comic book movies are even more like the Marvel movies, right? Where it's kind of like grounded, realistic characters in crazy, you know, Asgard and everything else worlds, or it's like gritty, believable stuff with what we got with Batman and stuff like that. So there's kind of that split. Are you going to do Marvel style comics, or are you going to do kind of more of that grounded, gritty, dark realism that DC was doing for a while before what we're seeing with Aquaman? Because that looks like it's going to be a big departure from that. Even Wonder Woman was more bright and upbeat, but it still had those darker tones that DC is known for. So why not move this film kind of more in that direction, since we kind of have those two divides? I'm okay with this. We've had other R-rated films that dealt with the spiritual world and monsters and stuff like that before. So you had, where's my notes? You had Constantine, right? You had Dredd, the new Dredd. You had 300. You have RoboCop. The original RoboCop, right? That opening scene in the warehouse, that was pretty brutal. And that was some gritty, realistic action, right? They really went for it in that film. So, you know, you've got these movies that have come out that have done, you know, violent or hyper violent realism, and they've worked, right? For the most part, they've worked. So why not go that route with Hellboy and try something new? I'm on board. I think it could be cool. Like I said, I wasn't really familiar with the comics before the first two movies. I really liked the first two movies, and I am excited for this film. So let me know, what do you think about David Harbour as the new Hellboy? Check out the article from Empire. It's got an image in it. It looks pretty good. I'm getting excited about this film. Like I said, I enjoyed the first two, so go ahead and bring on this third one, and let's see what more, you know, more dirt, more grit, more blood, more action looks like, as long as it fits the story, right? If it makes sense for the story, great. But I don't need like a Tarantino Kill Bill movie where everyone's running around and just people are just being sliced to pieces, and you're just like, wow, this is an overabundance of, you know, violence, like hyper violent. As long as it serves the story and it makes sense and it fits the world, awesome. And then right after that, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to be talking what's hitting theaters this weekend, what's arriving on DVD and Blu-ray this week, and Certified Rad. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, and we are going to move now into Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. The fact is, growing up isn't easy, even for adults. Your interests change, your goals change. What you will and will no longer tolerate changes. And people you may have been incredibly good friends with, well, that changes too. And it's not a guarantee that as one friend moves in a different direction in their life, that a friend or group of friends will not have a difficult time saying goodbye. And that's the life lesson that this story examines. So, does Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2 deliver on the fun, heartfelt, and comical stories we've come to expect from Disney animated films? Or should we just go back to watching Pixar movies instead? Let's talk about it in this review. Ralph, Vanellope, and all the arcade characters are back in the sequel that looks at growing up and growing apart. At this film's core, we have a story about friendship that examines it from 2 points of view. We have Ralph, who enjoys the predictability of his life and watching early morning sunrises with his friend. We have Vanellope, who longs for change and new adventures filled with fun and excitement. And unfortunately for Vanellope, there's not much of the future she craves in the arcade world. That is, of course, until the arcade owner installs wireless internet. The steering wheel on her arcade game breaks, so her and Ralph have to go into the internet to find the replacement before her game is sold for scraps. The overall story I thought was told pretty well. There's not a lot of fluff, and it moves at a pretty consistent pace from beginning to end without feeling rushed. And we understand the character motivations for both Ralph and Vanellope from beginning to end. So when the divide begins in their friendship, there's real emotion felt as we watch these two animated characters going different directions in their life. The new characters they introduced, as well as the familiar characters from the first film, all serve the main story while adding adding additional layers of depth to the world that we're inhabiting. For example, what happens when an arcade game is unplugged? Where do all those characters go now that their world is turned off? Well, in this film we find out that they may be sleeping on the couch of a character whose game is still ongoing, or they might be adopted by another family whose game has not been turned off. So there's a really nice three-dimensional feel to this film because while it's able to look at the big picture, it also still keeps its focus on the two main characters. Also, the attention to detail used to create the world of the internet was charming. The internet is designed like a big city, so downtown, uptown, midtown, all have specific designations. Social media takes over one area, shopping takes over another area, video gaming another area, and so on and so on. Plus, we even get to go further into this world when Ralph goes into the dark web. It's the seedy underbelly of the internet city metropolis. Again, the whole world of the internet was just charming. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I am going to recommend a big screen viewing of this film. Overall, it does a good job telling the story of friendship, how people grow up and grow apart, and how that can be difficult to deal with. The story moves at a pretty consistent pace, but at times did feel predictable. Plus, there's an odd level of self-awareness in this story regarding Disney animated films, which was self-deprecating, and that was a bit confusing and odd to me. But other than that, I enjoyed my time in the theater with these characters and with this story. Plus, the visual design they used to create feelings of inadequacy and insecurity I thought was very clever. And I also liked how important those feelings were to the overall story and the friendship story between Vanellope and Ralph. So, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2 will be getting both high fives from this guy. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out. All right, there you go. There is the review for Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. All right, let's go ahead and jump into what's hitting theaters this week, what's arriving on DVD and Blu-ray this week, and Certified Rad. Thank you so much for sticking around this long. Hope you're enjoying it. Again, if you are, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Here we go. Coming in theaters this week, we have Possession of Hannah Grace and The Favorite. Now, The Favorite did come out limited, so it should be expanding this week. So hopefully it hits more theaters closer to you and closer to me, because the trailers have really sold me on this film. It looks like it is going to be dry humor from beginning to end, and I cannot wait. Possession of Hannah Grace looks like a, horror movie in a sense with the whole spiritual world, which you guys know if you're faithful watchers of the show. Not really a big fan of, so probably won't be getting out to see that. But The Favorite definitely has my attention. Looking forward to that one expanding into more theaters this week for sure. All right, on DVD and Blu-ray this week, we have Searching and The Little Stranger. Again, Little Stranger coming in with the horror vibe. Did not see that one. Searching, did want to see, did not get out to, so hopefully I'll be able to check it out now that it's on DVD and Blu-ray. Looked like a really good psychological thriller. The father's daughter goes missing, and so he's on the hunt trying to go through all the steps and talk to her friends to find out where she went, where she disappeared to. Trailers looked really good, so definitely looking forward to checking that out. So let's go ahead and move now into the final segment. That's going to be Certified Rad. For everybody watching, if this is your first time, Certified Rad is the segment where it could be something that I find, something someone sends me. They're like, hey, check this out. It could be a book. It could be a piece of tech gear review. It could be people helping people, whatever the case may be, whatever I find, whatever someone sends me, I look it over. If I think it's rad, we certify it rad every week right here on this channel. So this week for Certified Rad, we are going all the way across the pond, all the way over to Italy. That's right. And this is coming to us from the Good News Network. So for years, Ikea has quietly been welcoming stray dogs off the streets so they can sleep inside the Ikea. Now, if you click on the article and you go through it, there's all kinds of pictures of, when you walk into Ikea, they have those little, the rooms are built, right? So you can see how everything looks. Like it's like little apartments right throughout the store. So you can see what the cupboards look like and everything like that. If you want to get a kitchen or whatever, in the photos that they have in the article, it actually shows the pets, the dogs just kind of chilling out in those makeshift rooms. Super adorable. Love to see that the Ikea over there in Italy is just taking care of the pets that kind of walk in. And the people come in, they get to see all these pets. They get to play with dogs as they shop for furniture, which is super awesome in my opinion. So when you're able to look at a situation and go, we could probably get these dogs inside and they're not going to do that much damage because dogs are awesome. Why not? You can guarantee that that is certified rad. So thank you so much to the Ikea over there in Italy, in Catania, because you guys are doing the most for the stray dogs, and I think that is definitely certified rad. All right, everybody, that is going to wrap it up for this week's show. We have actually hit the mark, right? We shoot for 30 minutes. We are closing in on 30 minutes, so boom. How about that? Long-winded Jeremy did not take over. Pretty good news there. So proud of myself. You guys should be proud too. We did it. 30 minutes like expected. How about that? All right. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. It is back to your Monday, whatever your Monday looks like after the holiday. Are you at work? Are you on vacation? Are you on a staycation? Whatever the case may be. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Hope you're able to get out to the theaters to see some of the films we talked about today. And I hope you have a great time with friends and family as we move into the Christmas season with all of the different events and everything like that, I'm sure that are available in whatever town you are living in or city, wherever you are. Hope you're able to enjoy some of the holiday festivities that are going to be going on from now until New Year's. We will see you guys here next Monday at 10 a.m. PST on YouTube for another brand new episode. We only have 3 episodes left, folks. Make sure you click the subscribe in 2018. Make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the notifications when new content drops. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you like the show, because the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on YouTube. We'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. PST right here on YouTube. As always, I'm Jeremy Brunansky. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next Monday right here on YouTube. Until then, good night and good luck. Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy Brunansky with Brunansky's Vlog, and you've just finished watching another brand new episode right here on YouTube. Did you enjoy it? Oh, you loved it. Fantastic. Since you loved it so much, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, because the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on YouTube. Also, don't forget to click subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when new content drops. For example, I made a short film, and you can check it out right over there, and any other number of things, DVD reviews, movie reviews, etc. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. PST right here on YouTube. Take care. Bye-bye.